I'm back. Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our opinion and our take on each contestant. We'll give you our overall feedback on their voice and the overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we will keep it 100 with our feedback and critique of each contestant's vocal and overall performance, but what we're not here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. While we may come off a little pitchy, if you know what I mean, at times we will always do our best to speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect.
Yes.
And with that, let's go ahead and get started. What is this? Night 3? Night 4?
3.
Yeah, night 3 of the knockouts. Oh my gosh, Stephanie.
Yes.
There's so much to talk about, and yes, I am a little sun-kissed, but we don't have time to talk about that.
No, we do have time to talk about that. We want to welcome James back. I'm so happy to have my partner in crime back, of course. So happy to have you back, bro. I hope you are rested, rejuvenated, and so glad to have you back. But I do want to say a special shout out and a special thank you to my guest hosts who did a phenomenal job, Justin, Aaron, and my husband, Matt. They came through. They brought their individual takes and feedback and individuality to the Pitchy Podcast, and they did an awesome job. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
As I always like to say, they showed up and showed out.
Yes.
Justin, Aaron, and Matt, y'all trying to take my job. I was texting with Stephanie, FaceTiming with Stephanie at my tropical location, saying, you know what? Your husband and Mr. Justin are trying to take my spot.
Hey.
So I got to come back and reclaim what's mine. No, I'm just
Come
kidding.
on.
But thank you all so much. Justin, coming from your busy schedule, a previous contestant, friend of the show,
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
Justin, thank you so much. And Matt, dude, you know how I feel about you. You are family, sir. And I thank you so much for holding it down with your better half, as I like to say.
No, that's right.
And for everything that you contributed and everything that you did. It was an awesome, both of them were awesome shows. So thank you all so much, gentlemen, from the bottom of our and my heart.
Yes.
So without further ado, Stephanie, you know what? We got so much to talk about because last night was just epic. That's the only adjective that came to the top of my head. I could sit here for probably 5-10 minutes talking about all the adjectives that described the knockouts last night.
Yes.
Everyone, for the most part, pound for pound, bought their A-plus game. Not their A game, their A-plus game.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's jump right into the first one. Who did we have first last night?
Okay, so the first knockout was from Team Legend. The 3 artists that we had were DeeJay Young, Lila Forde, and Stee. And we will begin by talking about DJ's performance. And listen, y'all, DJ came in singing some Breaking My Heart, Pretty Brown Eyes by Mint Condition. Now, the only thing that I was missing was Carson Daly coming through and saying, this is Mint Condition, y'all, because I know he knows it.
So Stephanie doesn't know this, but DJ went live last night right before I went to bed, and I hopped on, and I, of course, started talking to him through the live, and he just gave so much love to the Pitchy Podcast last night. DJ, we love you.
We love you.
We are heartbroken, and I'm sorry I'm foreshadowing, but I kind of had to tie this in because DJ... And Omar was on, Kim was on, like him and Omar like this. I didn't know that. And they were just giving him so much love. And DJ, you deserve all the flowers because let me tell you, Stephanie was ahead of me last night, y'all. And I know she yelled, but I said, no, he's not. I said, no,
Hollered.
He's not. This is the R&B that Stephanie and I have been waiting for. specifically the male R&B vocals that we have been waiting for on this show for years. I said, there are so many ridiculous songs out there under the male R&B genre of the 90s. We need it. And DJ did not disappoint. I said, I cannot. I said, first of all, before I talk to you about you, sir, I need to talk about Paul and that band. Oh, Stephanie and I we knew that the band was going to go off, because if you all don't know Mint Condition is known for their lead singer, Stokely, which I'll talk about in just a minute, but they're also known far and wide for how incredible of a band they are.
Right.
Just all instrumentalists, all ridiculous instrumentalists. And the band last night were like, oh, we get to show off and show out last night. Right. And I said, they were everything. I said, my Lord. I said, that was everything. But let me tell you, DJ, I felt like the entire night the band like elevated, or not so much elevated, but I felt, Stephanie, it let all of the performers just be their very best.
Yes.
Because the band brought the best, it gave them just liberty to do what they do best. And DJ showed out. I told DJ in the chat last night on his live, I said, DJ, you are as much of a thespian as you are an artist.
Yes.
I said, we saw total artistry last night.
Yes.
He worked the stage. He was singing a Stokely song, who's the lead singer of Mint Condition, who is one of the craziest R&B vocalists already. He took this and he made it his own.
Yes.
Not only did he make it his own in his vocal, with all the runs, all of the falsetto, all of the vocal gymnastics he was doing, but he made it his own in his performance. He was on his knees. He was working the stage. He bent back. I mean, it was everything. No wonder why this dude has been in Hamilton for all these years. He is the consummate performer, but you rarely find performers that have an equally incredible vocal instrument as you do in DJ. And I just was like, dude, he left it all on the stage. What a way to go. And again, I'm foreshadowing a little bit, but what a way to go out. You left it all there, sir. You were one of the best of the night. Stephanie.
Absolutely. I the first thing that I wrote down that I underlined was come on, band, because I just feel like, we've been watching pretty consistently for the past few years now, and we don't ever really see the band, but us being musicians ourselves and working with band members, like I know that and I'm sure you do too, kind of get a sense of when the band is really excited to play a song. Like, you can just tell. They just hit differently. So, yes.
Ow!
They were so happy. So, I was like, wait a minute. I can't remember how many artists are in Mint Condition, the group. But I was like, how is DJ embodying all of them in one body of himself? Like, he was doing all the things in the most captivating, artistic, and just incredible way. The way that he was working the crowd and giving us performance. And like you said, for his vocal to not suffer, I was like, dude, like, you are giving us everything vocally.
Everything, Steph.
Everything. His tone and his vocal quality were clear. All lines were finished immaculately. His vibrato is so good. Like, he was just, at some points I was just like, run, sir. Because he was running down certain parts of that song too. And he was giving us not
heart. Come on.
And he was giving us range as well. Like, we weren't just getting falsetto up high, which we know that DJ can do. He was giving us lows. And I was like, you better serve us some lows, sir. I was jumping out of my seat. I'm like, you better nail this song. Cause like James said, this is what James and I don't know about everybody else. this is what James and I have been waiting for, sir. And
Yes.
you more than delivered. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Oh my Lord. That was insane,
It was
DeeJay.
insane.
It really, really was. And
Yes.
DeeJay, we love you. And you said on your live last night, you said, y'all, I have so much more coming down the pike. Y'all have no idea.
Bring it.
And
Bring it.
DeeJay, please, if you ever come to DMV, please let us know. We will be there, dude.
Oh, yes.
Like, you are a showman on the stage and vocally. It's crazy.
Yes. Yes.
So who was next?
Next up was Lila Forde.
Oh, I can't take it.
Woo! Come on. Lila came with some Fire and Rain by James Taylor.
One of my favorite songs of all time. This is a songwriter song. Lila, she was sandwiched by two incredible performers and did not let that deter her. Lila's like, you know what? I know my lane. I know the specialness that I bring to my performances, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. And I love how they were all supportive of each other as well.
Oh, yeah.
I said, tone for days. I said, you have a storyteller's tone. Lila, you have such personality and just voice. Your voice is so good, Lila, that you can just stand there and sing. You don't have to do anything. Your voice tells the entire story.
That's right.
I love the stripped down version of this song. The band was very, very minimal.
That's right.
And that, again, is a testament to her instrument, to her vocal ability and her performance ability. I heard, not that she has the same tone, but I heard a little bit of Cher darkness to her tone. Like, it was a little bit of Cher, right? Like, it was just, like, not the same voice, but it was a darkness to her tone that was very Cher-esque. Not the way that Cher pronounces vowels, not the way that Cher sings, but I just heard like kind of a haunting, like a low alto tone to her voice that I just loved.
Yeah.
I said, if this girl don't go through, I don't know, Lila's one of the strongest vocalists on this show. And this is our singer who like grew up on basically an island in Washington State and like listen to nature and stuff. And you can tell because she has a unique sound all her own. Incredible Fire and Rain. This song is hard, of the utmost skill level that she's brought to this song. Stephanie.
Yeah, and I love like the artistry that she brought, because like this is a very well-known song. And so when you have well-known songs like this that are kind of classics, it is a risk to do anything creatively different. And she did in spots. Like she picked her spots to be creative and play around with the melody. And it was beautiful. Like I was finding myself saying, come on, Choice. Come on, Choice. Like I feel like anybody that really, really loves this song would love her version because she just enhanced the basic melody of it. She has, I called it this airy, clear, calm, peaceful voice. It's like there's nature in her throat. Like the most peaceful nature in her throat. And that's what comes out. And it is so interesting, like where she comes from and how her vocal quality almost embodies where she's from.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you can't tell me there's not a God. Like stuff like that. It's just incredible. I said that she has this Lila Forde sound, like this. You know, that singer, songwriter.
Like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes.
I wouldn't say, alternative, I guess. But it's like singer, songwriter.
Yeah, it's like soft
Sarah
alternative.
McLachlan, Tori Amos, like that type of, Indigo Girls, like that type of sound.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I wrote that you better emote in those quiet, especially in those quiet parts of her voice. It was so powerful how she was able to emote the lyrics in that quiet space in her voice. I said that she had butterfly runs because she had these runs that kind of fluttered, you know, like they weren't like the average. I don't want to say average, but the usual run that we hear. They had like this flutter to them that was so original and so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Jewel flutters like that at times.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
it's not that she was emulating Jewel at all,
No.
but it's a flutter. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. She got done and I was like, more, please. You got a second selection for us? I want to hear a second selection.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
great,
it was wonderful. Wonderful.
fantastic. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then who was our last of the trio?
Listen, if I was not done by the pretty brown eyes of it all and the fire and rain of it all, Stee had to come in singing some pretty wings, yo, pretty wings, yo, by Maxwell. I was like, pretty wings.
Stephanie, remember y'all, Stephanie was ahead of me, so I know, because when I watched it, I said Stephanie is losing her absolute loving mind. She's losing it.
I was
Because
done.
you did not bring Pretty Brown Eyes and then Pretty Wings like on your bookends. Like you did not do it on your bookends.
Come on.
Sandwiched in with some fire and rain.
That's right.
It's just crazy. Steve, I said, you better sing, sir. I said, such understated singing in the best way.
Yes.
That's the only way I could describe it, because with Maxwell, it's number one, not saying that it's not one of the best renditions ever, but everyone always, when they sing Maxwell, they'll usually always bring a woman's work.
Right.
And I love the song. Stephanie loves the song, but we've heard it so many times. But Maxwell just has a plethora of songs you can choose from. And for him to bring the Pretty Wings, which is, Maxwell 2.0.
Right.
Maxwell in the last 10 years, Maxwell.
Right.
I said such control of his chest, head, mix. I call it Maxwell jumping, because Maxwell is the king of going between his different registers. But the whole thing is, and I called it understated singing, Steve, because it's very easy to oversing Maxwell. It's number one, very easy to overrun, do too many runs.
Right.
It's easy to oversing.
Right.
It's too easy to embellish the falsetto when you do Maxwell.
Right.
But Steve, the thing that makes you such an incredible artist is you do it all in good taste, in perfect taste, giving homage to the artist and bringing your own Stee to it. Okay.
Right.
And that is what made this special. And not only, Steve, am I going to talk about how special of a vocal that you did on this song, because this song is, this is PhD level difficulty, this song. It's for a guy to sing this song and to sing it well, it's so difficult, because it jumps all over the registers. I said, but one thing I really saw, Steve, with you is your personality. Steve, you love entertaining. Like, you can tell that the joy of singing, as I always like to say, how you opened it up and said, like, you were talking to John, and how you looked at the crowd.
Yes.
And you were like, it's like almost as if you fed off of the energy of the crowd.
Yes.
And that's what I love to see as a performer myself. If you can connect with just that one to maybe two people in the audience and have them give you some of your energy to give the best performance that I think that you've sung thus far, and you've been one of the top performers every week.
Yes.
It's just incredible to witness. And I'm so proud of you, young man. I really, really am. You are so gifted.
Yes.
You did not come on there singing Pretty Wings. Sir, have a seat. Seriously, have a seat. That was insane. Stephanie? Doggone it.
Have a seat. So this is what I love about this week with Stee. So Stee has given us up tempos the last couple performances with his battles and his blinds, and this is a slower song. I love that we still got to see Stee's personality even within a slower song. Like, there was still energy. It was still him. He made this performance and this song his own. He didn't, just because it was a slower song, he did not lessen the energy of it. He just put forth his energy in a different way.
It was
not bouncing.
serious.
Yeah, it was more serious. It was sincere. It was
Sincere.
more face. It was more just hands. It was more just walking around, but there was not a lack of energy. It was still a very Stee performance. And it was cool to see that he could transition into a slower song and still have it make this huge impact that he did. He emoted the heck out of the song. Like,
Yeah,
I believed him.
crazy.
And this song is interesting because at the beginning of it, it's very like sensitive and sincere and tender, and it's very kind of in not in a box, but very contained, kind of to relay the message of the song. Back end of the song, we preaching. Like he was preaching at the end of the song, and I love that. I said he had like a minor snap at the end of the song where he was just doing all these ad libs in his chest voice, just similar to how the original goes, but I loved it. Like I loved the whole arrangement and the choices that he made as far as like what verse to sing, what chorus, like how to move the song along in the 2 minutes that you're given.
That daggone band.
That daggone band. When that thing started with the chimes and whatnot,
I said they're about
I was done. I was like, yes.
And let me tell you, Stephanie, the bridge on that song to the back half of that song is one of the most difficult bridges to sing because it's like syncopated, it's off rhythm, it's so you need the utmost musicianship to sing it. Like it's rangy, like, and I just, oh gosh, it was just it was masterful.
Yeah, this song is really difficult to sing. It's a hard song, but the way Stee sang it, you would never be able to tell that it is a difficult song. He just, the way, I think like John said, the way he just transfers between his head voice and his chest voice is just absolutely ridiculous. You are gifted, sir.
All I'm going to say is this: DeeJay, Lila, and Stee, none of you should have gone home.
No.
Absolutely none of you.
No.
The three of you executed at such a high level.
Yeah.
I told Stephanie last night, I said, this is one of, if not my favorite knockout of every season I've ever watched of this. If you're talking about all three.
Right.
All three of these singers who delivered in the only way they best knew how to deliver. It was true battle royale.
It sure was.
It was great.
Sure was.
So who do we? So what did we wind up when the dust settled? Oh, this breaks my heart.
Yeah. So John ended up picking Lila as the winner, and then Gwen stole Stee.
Huge pickup.
Huge pickup for Gwen, and unfortunately, DeeJay was not saved and was not stolen, so he was sent home.
DeeJay, all I'm going to say is this: you are above this show, and I'm not saying that to knock the voice down. I'm just saying that you are so talented that I don't see any problems.
This was a springboard.
Any problems? That's all this was. This was an avenue, and you are going to be one of those singers and performers that used it as that springboard to take you to the next level. And we've heard from so many artists who've come on this show. It's not the show. The show ain't going to get you famous, y'all. It's what you do after the show.
That's right.
Sir, you already got a head start. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
We're keeping our eyes on you, DeeJay. We love you. We really do.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Okay, so next was our quick clip. Oh, I'm so mad at The Voice. Really? Really, The Voice? Really?
I'm going to say it again. YouTube, you have a YouTube channel, and I know you record all of these performances. Put them on YouTube if you don't have time to air them. So it was from Team Gwen. We had Jason Arcia and Jenna Marquise. We did not get to see their performances, unfortunately. The one that we did get to see a bit from was from Bias saying You Should Probably Leave by Chris Stapleton. From about the minute that we saw, because we did we saw more of a portion of his performance than we usually do in the quick clips, enough to be able to say there was complete holleration. Loved his lows. They were awesome. Incredible in his high register. I'm gonna just start calling him Bishop Bias because he was just
hopping. You better preach.
Yes, you better preach because he was
boy. Preach, boy. I said such anointing. I said, Bias. I know you've been told this before, but I'm gonna tell you again. Pitch Podcast, you have such an anointing on your voice. It is such a special God-given gift that you have, sir. Just keep it up.
Yes,
and we can't wait to see you in the live, sir. Here you come.
Yes. So, as you might assume, based on it being a quick clip, Gwen picked Bias to go through. Jason and Jenna, unfortunately, were sent home.
Okay. All right. So our next. Let me just pause. Like, come on, voice. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Like, you're killing me because, like, it was just too much tonight. This was our preview, though, Stephanie, that we got on Friday of last week. Even though I was out of the country, I was still able to watch it. Because when you sent it to me and I saw who was up, I said, oh, shizzle. I said, this is going to be epic. I said, it's going to be crazy. I said, we're going to get some singing. And did we ever?
Did we ever?
Word. My
Yes.
Lord. What a
Yes.
morning. Okay,
Yes.
Stephanie, who we got?
So we had from Team Nile, we had Claudia B, we had Huntley, and we had Noah Spencer. Now, again, during these knockouts, Nile was off doing his concert tour. So because of that, Dan and Shay, that are going to be coaches next season, stepped in as coaches for the rehearsals for Team Nile's contestants. And I think that we'll have a few comments about them and the feedback that they had for the artists, which was incredible. We are very excited for Dan and Shay next season.
Oh my gosh, what a huge addition.
Yes. So our first artist was Claudia B. Again, the voice of y'all listening to us, because I know that we said we want to hear Claudia singing some Norah Jones, and y'all delivered. She sang Don't Know Why by the Norah Jones.
Let me tell you something. I know how special this was. Literally, Pitchies. I had a friend who I know watches The Voice and who Lynn knows very well. Excuse me, I just said her name.
Yes.
Stephanie knows very well. Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
Who's literally just calling me as we're sitting here recording this Pitchy podcast, because I know she's calling me to talk about last night.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I think it was. So, yeah. This is the one. Claudia, this is the one. This is the one I can't stop listening to. Young lady, like I said, Winona said something so profound. Winona said, Claudia B, you are a singer. And to hear that from Winona Judd, are you kidding me? But you are, young lady. You are a singer.
That's right.
And I said, I 100% agree. I said, choices. And then you had the nerve to not give us the choices that you were doing because you stayed, it's like it was perfectly executed. You stayed very succinct with how this song goes to let everyone know that you're not going to give us too many liberties at first, but then what you started doing, maybe a quarter of us the way in, and what you took us through the end was all about choices.
Yes.
And I said, and you had the nerve to not just be a chord playing piano player, sis. You had the nerve to be like a piano virtuoso. And I was like, no, she's not. I said she could have sat in with the band with that one. That was bananas.
You better play.
She was going on them keys, girl. And I said, this is Stephanie last night. I said, one thing I love about you is this is a song. Norah Jones is a very cerebral, in your head. Like I can just, like you can just go there. But no, you were looking at us. You were eye contacting, and you had a $1 million smile, and you are a beautiful girl, and you were looking at us, connecting us, bringing us into you. Now, this is something I wanted to tell Stephanie last night, but I was like, nope, I'm going to hold it for the podcast. Something that you do that is so special. I've only seen actually one other singer do this, like, period. I'm talking about in all of the industry do this. And that singer is her. H-E-R, her. Capital H, period, E, period, R. I said, Claudia, I said, the thing that you do that is so special is you're such a good keys player. And you're such an incredible musician. I said, you will do things with your piano and you will melodically match it with your baroque.
Right.
And that, young lady, I was like, what is she doing?
Right.
There were things that you were doing with the piano, and you were vocally doing those things too. And you and your piano were duetting. You were almost dueling one another. Yes. I said, no, she's not having a concert with herself. I said, that is insane.
That's right.
It's the only other singer I've ever seen do that. She does it with her guitar playing. She does it with her piano playing.
Yes.
And that, to me, makes you the ultimate musician.
That's good.
Gosh, your voice was a part of the band.
Yes.
Your voice was a part of the band.
Yes.
I said, what you were doing is so rare. I said, Claudia B is like the Clark Beckham of like you. I can tell like she's going to, any song that she sings, like she's
Yes.
such an incredible musician that any song that she sings, it's going to be just insanity every
Absolutely.
time. Claudia, sis, we see you, and you are one of my top runners.
Absolutely.
You are one of my top runners. Stephanie?
Absolutely. So one of the notes that Dan and Shay gave, and I'm sorry that I don't know which one said it, but they said, make sure you stay locked in with the band. And I love that note because she is part of the band. You know, she's not a separate entity playing this keyboard. She is a part of the band. What I love that the band did, though, but I feel like the band said, okay, we're with you. We're going to let you take the lead on this one. You do whatever you want to do, and we got you. And that's exactly how it felt. Like, just like you said, she was not just tinkling them keys. She was playing. She was playing. Like, she was
the band was her accompaniment.
Absolutely. She was a complete artist working in her artistry and working in her giftedness. And that's what I said. Like, the first thing I wrote down was the artistry of it all. And I think this is what we anticipated from when we saw her blind and saw the human nature of it all. Like, this is what we knew was coming. Yeah. And I'm so glad that she got the opportunity to show this on full display. She looked so at peace and so comfortable doing what she was doing. It was phenomenal. I said that if we were in church, if we were in Black church, I'll say that. If we were in Black church, 10 seconds in, I would have stood.
Yeah.
And you know how, you just stand because it's that good. You just stand and say, and at every line, it would have been like, take your time, sis. Right. Take your time, because we know the immaculate, creative, gifted choices are coming. The genius choices are coming with each line. And even though there were so many choices, it did not disrespect the original. It was an enhancement.
I thought John was gonna like turn upside down in his chair.
He was like, because come on choice. It was the come on choice of it all. It was the come on choice of it all. Nora, ma'am, you might have to give this song away. This might have to be Claudia B's song. You might have to give this song away.
Oh my goodness.
And I know it's one of your best known. I know this is your best. You might have to give this one away, because Claudia B, what she did to this song, ooh, like James said, this is the one.
The song
run it back.
The song, the 6 feet under, is dead.
Run it back.
It got murdered.
It
It's dead.
Yeah.
No chance. No chance in revival.
None.
Nope. That was crazy. All right, so incredible. Claudia, incredible. Who's next?
Next up was Huntley. Huntley sang "Wanted, Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi. Oh, come on!
When Huntley, when Winona echoed you, like I would have stopped. I'd been like, okay, well, I can die now. Winona dead, just sang back up to me. Like, this is crazy. I'm dead. I'm gone. Lord, I'm coming.
Lord.
And you know what, Mr. Huntley, we're going to claim you in the DMV because Fredericksburg, Virginia is a part of the DMV technically. So I am going to claim you as
you are.
Because I have a very good friend of mine who posted on her Facebook page, because you did some sort of performance maybe last week, and she lives in that area, and she's a singer too, and she went and saw you, and like she said, he's even more insane in person. I said, dude, Huntley, your vocal technique is one of the most scariest things I've ever seen.
Sorry.
I said, dude, where did you learn how to sing? I said, I love your mouth placement. I love how you form your notes with your mouth. I said, I love your vowel placement. And I am a student of yours, Huntley. Like, because I have a big voice too. Like, I mean, it's not a rock big voice, but it is a very big voice. So I'm like studying you to see the effortlessness that comes out of your throat. and those vowel placements and the way you shape your mouth, it's crazy. I said,
Yeah.
I said, it's effortless tsunami singing, which is scary. Tsunamis aren't effortless. I said, dude, can I have your diaphragm? Like, can I have your breathing apparatus, please? I
Right.
said, and dude, the way you work the stage, it's almost frightening. You are an imposing in all the good way figure.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Niall said, look, I felt like I was looking at the Undertaker
Right.
from wrestling.
Right.
Like when your silhouette was there, I said, and that very last Dead or Alive that you sang it was like your exclamation point. It was ridiculous.
Yes.
Stephanie?
This song can turn karaoke very quickly because this is probably one of the hottest joints at the karaoke spot. You know,
And
it's such a
hottest to be sung poorly.
I know that's right. Because it's such a singable, like almost everybody knows this song, right?
Holleration, as you say, of it all.
The holleration of it all. How did I believe you? How did I believe you, Huntley, singing this? What could be a karaoke? I believed every word that was coming out of your mouth, sir. It was so authentic. And again, I'm going to give props to Dan and Shay. Dan or Shay said, there is a moment for you where you can really connect to people telling the story of this song, right? And he said, when you say the line, I rock them all, find camera A, and look at that camera and inspire somebody. And it's so interesting. This is why I love seeing like the rehearsals and the B-roll and all that they do beforehand, because when he did it, he did the rock symbol and he was like, I rock them all. And like I love that part when we saw the initial performance without the rehearsal footage, but seeing that was a note that he was given and how he took that note and used it in the performance, it made impact, because that's one of the things that I loved about his performance, among so many of the other things. Again, the band was happy doing this song. Listen, Huntley don't sing a wrong note. A wrong note does not come out of this man's throat. Oh my goodness. It was so good. And, you know, Huntley is not a performer the way that like a DJ is, but the way he moves on the stage, there is just a presence. He is just a presence on stage
He's a warrior.
Yes, he is.
He's a warrior when he performs.
Yes.
It is like, and he's like Achilles, right? Like it's this warrior that everyone has this reverence to, and like.
Thank you for that word. Thank you for that word. It's reverence, because it's not scary and it's not intimidating. Thank you for that word. Because I was trying to think of a word, because it could be scary. It could be intimidating. Right. It's not. It's reverence. It is reverence. I love that. I love that. I love that. Huntley, can't wait to see you next time, bro. Can't wait to see you in the playoffs.
We knew you
foreshadowing.
Were going
Listen, Yeah. Spoiler. Love it. Loved it.
Okay. So who is our final of this trio?
Okay.
It doesn't stop.
It don't stop, because we had Noah Spencer, and he sang Where Rainbows Never Die by the Steel Drivers. Where are my tissues?
Another like from Lila's playbook, like he's like, I know that Claudia B is going to bring hers. I know Huntley's really going to bring his. And number one, we're both from Virginia. Number two, I wouldn't say we're both country boys. I mean, Noah's definitely more of an Appalachian country boy.
Yes.
But they both got a growl to their voice.
Yes.
I said, no, what I said about you, you get me emotional. Like, you get us all emotional, Noah. I said, because it's so authentic. Mm-hmm. I said, Noah, you are one of the few singers I've ever seen that actually make us chase you.
Right.
You make us chase you. I said, you were that good.
Right.
I said, you are so mysterious and intriguing in all the right ways, because you are the humility that just exudes from you. Like, it's like coming out of the pores of your skin. You are so humble.
Right.
And so just, I said, you make people want to hear more from you. Like when I said, don't ever stop being you. I said, again, you almost sing apologetically.
Right.
because of your humility.
That's
I
right.
said, but it's with such strength and power and soul. And I love your backstory to talk about, the relationship that you and your father had and
Mm-hmm.
have, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
and, how he's been such an inspiration to you. And like, you were always so just like, wow, I can't believe, like, I'm sorry I'm here, but I do have a gift and I really want to
Right.
express this gift. And I said, it's so powerful. I said, the back half of that song with just you and the guitar was bananas.
Bananas.
Because it was just you and your voice, and you just have so many different levels because you have the draw in of the singer-songwriter, but you also
Right.
have the growl and the holler of a Huntley, and it's just scary what you can do, sir. And you're so humble.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so good, Stephanie.
It is so good. This song, the first listen took me out, and there have been many listens since. So this song is so interesting because it's basically him singing as if he was an old man.
Yeah.
This and Noah ain't but 20 something. If
20. He's 20.
Okay, Noah is 20 and he is singing a song about a person that's probably like 85 years old, close to his time ending. Why did I believe you, Noah? How were you able to encapsulate this story and emote it so authentically at 20 years of age? That is his gift. Other than his vocal giftedness, he has this gift to be able to emote a song and make us believe it and make it authentic, no matter what he's singing. There was something extra to this song that I couldn't quite grab at first that made me feel. And this is more about the song than Noah, but it's also the genius of Noah to pick the song. This song is talking about a person that is close to the end of their life and kind of reflective and like, young people don't really pay me no mind kind of thing. That could be depressing, right? Did you hear what the guitar was doing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The guitar was joyful.
Yeah.
And I have chills.
Yeah.
The guitar was joyful. There is an overall contentment about this song and where this person is in their life. It's like, you know what? I'm coming to the end. Young people don't pay me no mind. But that guitar was saying, I'm spending my last days content with how I've lived my life. And I like once that was connected for me and Noah's performance and all of it, it was just like I could sit here and cry. I could literally sit here and cry. I told Matt, you learning this song. Yeah. You're gonna learn this song because I need to hear this live on an often basis. Wonderful song choice, wonderful performance, wonderful voice, wonderful spirit, Noah. Incredible.
And let me just say, of all the performers that we've heard thus far, so we heard DeeJay, Lila, Stee, Bias, Claudia B, Huntley, and Noah.
Right.
Every single one of them should have been put through.
Every single
last one of them should have been put through. I have never heard a start like this of Miss Joe ever.
Absolutely.
So for that, incredibly, what happened, Stephanie, with this trio?
Yeah. So what happened was Niall picked Huntley as the winner of the knockout. And then he ended up saving Claudia B. Now, Claudia B had a decision.
Let her go.
Listen, but Claudia B had a decision because John hit his button as well. But Claudia B, I think this was a good move because she didn't get time with Niall because he was not able to participate in the rehearsals. So I thought that was probably a good decision for her to stick with Niall and get what she could from Niall. And then Noah was stolen by Mama Reba. So that was fantastic.
John wanted them all.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was like, Oh,
He
yeah.
wanted them all. Like, that was
Yes.
crazy. It was
Yes.
crazy. But John, like, it wouldn't be fair. Like, any of them would have
I
gone back to
know.
John because John's so stacked, right? But no, 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 no. All 4 judges are stacked this season.
Yes, they
All of them.
are.
All right, Stephanie. So, whoo, what a night. And it didn't stop. It
It
just
did
did
not.
not stop.
It did
So,
not.
who was the next rounds of knockouts?
So we had from Team Reba, we had Miss Monet, we had Ruby Lee, and we had Rachele Nguyen. Miss Monet began our knockout and she sang Best of My Love by The Emotions.
See why Nona singing? She was like,
Yes, she was.
I said, you better sing why Nona.
Yes.
Wow. So I said, just a doggone pro. I said, y'all just watch. If you ever want to see what a seasoned performer looks like,
Right.
it doesn't necessarily have to be famous, but just seasoned,
Right.
that you're always going to deliver, always going to be 100%, always going to be an A+ performance. Watch Miss Monet. She's
Right.
been in the game, y'all, for
Yeah.
years. Just to show, like, watch how she works the stage. Watch
That's
how
right.
she literally, you forget you're looking at Monet, right? But she's Miss Monet, like how she's created this persona.
Yes.
And there's just
yes.
a regalness and there's just a pull-uppance about her that she like almost performs outside of herself. And that's what a seasoned consummate performer, you see it in Beyonce with the Sasha Fierce, you see
Right.
it in the best of the best performers. It's effortless.
Yeah.
And it's just who they are on stage. I said, this is so perfect. I said, I was like, who does she remind me of? She reminds me of a very famous singer who got caught up in the whole CNC Music Factory, Martha Wash. She reminds me of, she looks like Martha Wash. She sounds like Martha Wash, who's one of the greatest singers of all time.
That's right.
But Martha Wash's voice was used in place of a skinny performer, and her voice like, gonna make you sweat. Like, that's Martha Wash. That's Martha Wash. Let the music take control. Let the rhythm move you. That's my sweat. Sorry. All right. So I love the maturity and I love the energy. Did you all see that? She was jumping around that stage, y'all, like she was like in her early 20s.
Come on.
Like, Miss Monet is in her 50s, you all.
Come on.
I said, the only thing that I would say is I think the performance got away from her a little bit because she had to shorten some phrases because that's a hard, number one, it's an up-tempo song and she's going around dancing, so you got to watch your breath.
Right.
I said, but then she gave us these whistle notes. I'm just like, yow! I said, shut up. And only because like I really can notice that, and that's me being so nitpicky because she's so good but she's such an incredibly seasoned performer that you would have never known that she actually was cutting phrases short because she was running out of air because she covers it so well. And that to me is the best of a performer. Stephanie.
What can you say? She commanded the stage. I love the growl in her voice. She has such a rich tone. She was just she gave a powerhouse performance. Like, she came through for these knockouts and was like, I'm going to leave it all on the stage. And that's what I wrote. No crumbs were left. She gave us, it felt like an award show performance, or like she was honoring somebody.
Yeah,
like she was honoring the emotions. Right? Exactly. That's what it felt like. She looked so good. I loved her dress.
She looked beautiful.
She looked beautiful. Come on, whistle note. She was like, listen, I got a whistle too now. And she gave it a couple times. It was a fantastic performance. If I'm being honest, when I saw and heard the song choice, I was kind of like, I don't know. But what she did to work out this song and the choices that she made were fantastic.
Made you want to get up and dance.
Yeah. Loved it. Loved it.
All right, so who was next?
Ruby Lee was next, and she gave us some Blue by LeAnn Rimes. Come on.
I forgot how young LeAnn Rimes was when she came out with that. That was insane.
She said that like 11?
12?
Crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
And LeAnn Rimes is like around our age. Like, that shows you how long she's been in the game.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I remember when that came out, and I was like, yo.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But I said, what a perfect song for
It's like,
Miss
of
Ruby
course.
Leigh.
Yeah, it's like, of course
Of
that's what she's
course
going
she'd
to sing.
sing Blue. Of
Yes.
course she would. Because I believe that song was originally, if I remember correctly, that song was not written for Leanne. I believe it was originally written for Patsy Cline.
Yes, I think so. I think that's
Years and
correct.
years before. I don't know
Yes.
if you ever recorded it.
Mhm.
I said, how do you judge perfection? I said, how do you judge perfection for the perfect song chosen for the perfect voice? Like,
That's right.
how do you judge it? You can't. I said, but what I loved, and this is not a slight on Ruby, what I loved about it this time, because I thought Ruby was this, Ruby, and this, I say this in the best way, I thought you were a freak of nature. Like, I was like, she can't be 16. It's
Right.
impossible.
Right.
I said, but what I saw for the first time was your youth.
Mm.
And I saw this youthful exuberance in your singing. I said, I'm seeing 16. I said, and that's a good thing, because it was a very refreshing performance.
Yes.
I said, and that modulation you did towards
I
the
said,
end of
you
that
better take it
song.
up. You better take it up.
I said, girl, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Ruby Leigh. I said, all y'all need to watch out.
Yeah.
She takes no prisoners, y'all.
That's right.
The attack.
Mm-hmm.
The attack and the perfect technique at
That's right.
16. Are you crazy?
That's right.
Ruby Leigh, that was nuts. That was
It
just,
was.
it was perfect. I have nothing to say other than perfection.
Yeah.
It was perfection, Stephanie.
Yeah, from the vocal to the way that she was able to convey the song, to the key change, to the yodel, to the break in her voice, to the classic country throat that she has, to the song, like to the song choice. It was all perfection. Like, what else? There's nothing else to say, really. Like, it was the perfect song choice. And she took that song choice and she did everything that she needed to do to put forth an incredible knockout performance. Like, she gave me everything that I wanted from the song. Like, when I heard the song choice, she gave me everything that I wanted to hear. It was
It was
fantastic.
like when I heard it announced, I said, "Of course she's singing blues. She
I was like, yep.
she's got to sing this song on this
Yes.
show. She's got
Yes.
the perfect voice for it."
Absolutely.
Leanne?
Absolutely. Yep. Pretty much.
All right. So who is next?
Yeah. Last from this knockout was Rachele Nguyen, and she sang "Die from a Broken Heart" by Maddie and Tay.
Very, very risky, but smart.
Right.
Because again, here's another teenager. She's 17 to sing a country song, and country is not your genre. I thought Rachel did a wonderful job. One thing I would have wanted from her, I lost a lot of the words, Stephanie. I wasn't really following, and I really need to, you and I both love lyrics and love a song. I lost a lot of the words in the beginning and throughout. I said, but the sound is lovely. I said, you sound incredible, Rachel.
Yeah.
I love the runs at the end, and I loved what she did where she matched with the band at the end of that song.
Right.
I just wanted more words because I thought she was singing beautifully.
Yeah.
Stephanie?
Yeah. She's got like this light, floaty voice, which lent itself really well to this song. When I heard the song, I was like, oh, I don't know if I know this. But once she got to the, I was like, oh, I do. I have heard this before. So I think that it was a great song choice because even though it's a country song, it definitely leans pop and it lent really well to her voice. I think maybe the thing that Rachel can work on moving forward is that breath support, because I like you felt like the lyrics were a little muddled. It was hard to hear a little bit. And maybe that was between her voice and her lyric delivery, maybe some breath support underneath all of that would have made that a little bit more clear. But I've seen, and just like the coaches said, a lot of growth from Rachel from the blinds till now. I thought her stage presence was really beautiful on the stage. And what I did think, though, and this is not her, this is editing. I felt like her song got cut short.
I felt like it too.
And I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't know if that's in actuality what happened, but I felt like it was cut short a bit. So overall, I thought that it was a lovely performance.
It was. So who ended up winning this knockout?
So Reba picked Ruby to move on to the playoffs.
Yeah. Wow.
And
wow. Here she comes, y'all.
Here she comes.
The Wunderkind, as I like to call it, the Wonder Kid.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we have our last knockout battle of the week or of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And who did we have?
So we had this was from Team Gwen. We had CORii, we had Tenae, and we had Kristen Brown. Starting with CORii. CORii sang my jam, y'all. She sang "Ain't It Fun" by Paramore.
I said, "Girl, you better sing.
Don't go crying."
I said, "CORii, mama." CORii reminds me of a '90s singer, Taylor Dane. Every time I see CORii, I'm just like, "Girl,
yes,
love will lead you back." Like I can see you just torching that song down.
Yes,
she reminds me. I love how you sing with swag. Like it's just CORii has this swag about her. Like this, this swag. Like
yes.
Like I'm about to sing this down.
Yep, watch out.
I love her back phrasing. She does this back phrasing thing with her where it's like sometimes she'll go behind the beat a slight bit.
Right.
I say, and it's good because I felt like you really made the song your own by doing that.
Right.
I said, you make it look easy, girl. I said, you really do. And I was like, you lit that stage of fire. She is a show. She's another showman. She loves to, you can tell she just loves to perform.
Yeah.
Like just with the whole, just almost gangster look. Like, just like, I'm about to slay this.
Yeah.
And she does slay. Because sometimes people's like, I'm about to slay this and it's not good. But no. CORii slays when she performs. I love her. I'm a huge fan. Because she had me when she was like, I was like, yo, she's about to sing Patti LaBelle.
That new attitude. Yeah.
And then with this, that was so good. So good. Stephanie?
Loved it. She attacked the song for sure. I love the rich roundness of her voice. She's got this like alternative kind of attitude in her voice that is so cool to hear. It's really unique and especially unique to this season. Beautiful tone. I like what you said about her performance because her performance is her. Like she wasn't up there performing. She was up there moving and giving us an authentic performance, which I love. I loved how she said "on your own." Like I don't know if you noticed that. Like that's how she delivered "on your own." Like I love that. I loved how she sang that. The only thing and this is just me loving this song and wanting to hear, I wanted to hear her singing the lyrics, "Don't go crying" more. Like she was kind of ad-libbing over it. Right. I wish she would have done her ad-libs with those lyrics because I just I love that part. But she's got just such this cool, Taylor Dane is like the perfect comparison. I love that because I couldn't put my finger on who it was. Like this power rock alternative with the soul in her throat. That is absolutely, that's absolutely Taylor Dane. I love CORii and I love CORii even more for picking this song. Cause like I said, this is my jam.
And you better be a mama.
You better mom. Yes. You better be a mom. Yes, absolutely.
All right. So who do we have next?
Next was Tenae and she sang "Leave, Get Out" by JoJo.
I think this was like JoJo's first big hit.
It was.
Like when JoJo was like 12.
Yes.
Like, and everyone knows like JoJo's like, she was a Wunderkind too. Yes. Like singing down R&B songs at 12 years old.
Right.
Like, and I was a little concerned. I was worried with this one because I was like, okay, it's an up-tempo. It's not really a sing-sangy song. But there's a lot you can do with it because JoJo had this type of R&B voice where, JoJo is all about the ad lib. She's one of those singers like Jasmine Sullivan that can just run on anything.
Right.
So I felt, now this is for me, I thought the beginning was a little low for her. And I know Stephanie probably disagrees with me, but I felt like it could have been raised a half a step. I said, I personally, for Kara, I think Kara is such a good singer. I would have picked another song because I wanted Kara to, I think Kara is so strong of a singer. Like, I wanted to hear her on a ballad. I wanted to hear her on a singy song because I didn't really think that this song is a singy song. And
it's JoJo. How is it not a singy song?
Well, no, you're right. You're right because you do have to be able to sing. To sing, everyone like PJ Morton says, JoJo can sing, y'all. She can sing. Um, I maybe it's because this was such a youthful teeny bopper song when it came out. Um, but that's just me personally, Stephanie. I loved her runs. She's an original runner, and I will always appreciate that. And I loved what she did at the end of this song.
Mm-hmm.
I personally just want to hear Kara sing something more contemporary, like meaning more like big with the runs and with the voice. But that's just me. Stephanie?
Kara sang the song down. Point blank, period. Can't nobody tell me any different. This song is difficult because you have so much range from top to bottom. At the beginning, it is very low, and it's so difficult to be able to emote because it is so low. Okay. I thought that she did that brilliantly in the articulation of her words as she was singing low. Like I was like this. And because it is so low, I was looking to see if there were pitch issues. There were none. There were none. And I listened to it 3 times. There were none. It was actually incredible because this song should give you pitch issues for as low as it is.
Yeah.
And she has like this Monica in her throat. That's who I heard last night. She has the personality and the lyrical interpretation and what's the articulation of like a Monica where like you gon' listen, right?
That's why I needed an angel of mine from her. That's what I need, okay?
Okay. So yeah, by the back end, so the first half of the song is like, you gonna listen. Bruh, who's breaking my heart right now, like you gonna listen, right? And then the last part is like rage, like get out. That's where the holleration comes, that's where the runs come. And I thought she did a great job of showing us both of those spaces, the more intimate space and the more holleration, get out space. Very risky song choice because you could, especially at the top, you could fail. She did not. Executed magnificently, Kara. Great job.
Okay, so who was our last performance of the night?
Right, last up was Kristen Brown. She sang This One's for the Girls by Martina McBride.
I said, one thing I love about you, Kristen, I love that your backstory, that you're a voice teacher and that you teach kids all the way from 4 to 50. And I just love that you are a voice teacher because it really, voice teachers, like people who really are good at teaching voice, there's a confidence about them. And I love the confidence that Kristen sings with. I said, the song got a little rangy, but I didn't really notice that she had become emotional in the song because I knew Kristen to be a solid performer and not have range or pitch issues, but she got emotional. And I felt like the back half of it ran out of a lot of steam, but I was trying to figure out what was going on, but then it was later explained. I said, okay, because I know Kristen for her body of work and for being an incredible, incredible singer, performer, and emoter. So fantastic job, Kristen, as you always do. So good. Stephanie?
Incredible song choice for her voice. Incredible rangy song. Like until like I haven't thought about the song in a minute. And then once I heard her in rehearsals, like singing through it and whatever, I was like, oh, it goes from here to here. This one's I was like, whoa, lots of range. Yes, she did have a moment where she got caught up and they showed the little girl like she was singing to, like she blew her a kiss or something after that part where she got a little emotional. What I loved about the back end of the performance though is Kristen dug in. You could tell like she was trying to deal with those like emotions while still powering. Yeah, while still trying to power through the end of the performance. And she really dug in to make the back end of that song impactful. So overall, it was a gorgeous performance. I love the authenticity of the emotion that you felt within the song, giving a shout out to us ladies and the girls. Here's what I will say though. They did you a disservice, Miss Kristen, and I'm going to talk about it. And again, I was listening with my good ears. In the rehearsal footage that was given, it sounded like you were singing off key. I do not think that that's what happened. I think this was an editing mistake because the band was playing in one key and you were singing in another key. We know you can sing, Miss Kristen. So I'm going to chalk that up to an editor's mistake because it was so. No, this was not a you issue. It was so prevalent in my good ears, but even James, not listening with his good ears, called me and was like, what was going on with the rehearsal with Kristen? I was like, that was not her. That couldn't have been her. So editors, get yourself together, please, because that was not a good look. Great job, Kristen. I'm going to move on to the results. Gwen picked Kara to move on to the next round. And then Kristen was stolen. John finally got one. He picked up Kristen as his steal. And unfortunately, yes.
It's a totally different genre than what John usually gets. And I love it. She's going to do well with John.
Yeah, I don't know that he has a country artist on his team as of right now, but as of right now, he does.
Stephanie, I know we got life and we got to run, but we'll talk more about it later. I can't wait to meet with you again. But Stephanie, tell everybody what they need to hear.
All right. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Also, check us out on YouTube. Search for the Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, do not forget to follow us on Instagram at the Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
All right. We'll see you for I'm assuming it's going to be the final night of knockouts tonight.
Yes.
See everyone later.
Bye.
Bye.